Hello, everybody, and welcome back to the World of Fandom Fight. I am your host, the King, Caleb Coho, as we are back for another round one matchup in the Summer Series Singles Tournament. We have two returning competitors, Nazario, Montenegro, Mr. VHS from Blockbuster Video, back after that tough loss against Sandy Robinson to get to the number one contender match, and making his return from the realm of retirement after I knocked him out in singles last. Nico Suave Regoli returning to the ring for the singles tournament here to help me call the match today is Robert Parker. How are you doing, Robert?
I'm doing great. I'm excited to be in this match. I'm happy to host Fandom Fights. As always, I wrote a couple questions for this match, not the full thing though. But yeah, I am very excited to be here, and I'm looking forward to seeing who continues on in this great tournament.
Absolutely. These two, whoever wins this faces Sandy Robinson in round number 2. So no matter what, we're getting a rematch with Sandy the next round. So it's all about who's going to come in, who's going to play real tough, and who can get the victory here. So we'll see how they do, and we'll hear what they have to say right now in promos.
All right, folks, I won't lie to you. This tournament has so far not gone the way I had hoped it would for my faction. I knew we probably weren't going to win every single match. I did not expect, however, that only one person out of my faction would move on to the next round. And it's Sandy Robinson, and the way the bracket is structured, no matter what, only one House Night Fury member can actually qualify to the third round. So that's unfortunate. With that said, there's still some positive things to think about. We hold the TV Throwdown title. We hold the movie Warzone singles title. And thankfully, we finally just taped it, so I can officially say we now hold the movie Warzone tag team titles. There's a lot in House Night Fury to actually be happy about. But no matter what I do, no matter what my faction does, I still have people like Cody Newberry and Jay Burns and Henry Sanchez in my ear saying, "You are a loser. You are a cancer. You are a joke. You are nothing, and you don't belong here." I picked Nazario Montenegro as my opponent for this tournament because I want to prove the doubters wrong. I want to prove that the Nico you saw in January, the exhausted one you saw in January, is no more. I have been studying my ass off for months, and I am here to show the doubters that I can do it. 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 Look into my eyes. I can do it. I can do what you say I can't, and you will end up with egg on your face by the time this match is over.
Okay. He convinced me. I think I'm going to lose now. Let's get on with this.
Short and sweet from Nazario, kind of comic. That's kind of funny. But Nico brought an intense one here. But yeah, maybe he'll do it. I don't know. I feel like those were Jafar's snake eyes staring into the soul of every audience member here, saying that he can do it. Robert, what are your thoughts on those promos?
Yeah, Nico seems confident. You know, there has been a lot of success really outside of Fandom in his faction, but inside Fandom, I mean, just putting it bluntly, his faction is kind of disappointed this tournament so far. And he will be the first person to admit that. So I'm excited to see how, you know, he as the leader of his faction takes on this big Fandom challenge here for this match.
Absolutely, but I think both of them are ready to go, so we'll go ahead and get this thing started with the proper introductions. Introducing first, representing House Night Fury, and coming to the ring with a record of 2 wins and 3 defeats, he is the Cosmic Night Fury, Nico Suave Regoli. And his opponent, representing Blockbuster Video, and coming to the ring with a record of 2 wins and 2 defeats, he is Mr. VHS, Nazario Montenegro. All right, gentlemen, round 1 works like this. You are going to get 10 questions with 1 point apiece from 10 different areas within the realm of Fandom Fights. You have 3 repeats for the entirety of the match and a challenge rule. Should you get all 10 questions correct, you'll be issued a bonus question. Any questions as we get into round number 1?
Hashtag I can do it.
All right, then we'll get right into it with your first question, which comes in the category of Disney animation. Disney animation. Yzma's original plan was to turn Cusco into what kind of animal in The Emperor's New Groove?
This movie rocks.
It's great.
The movie does rock, 100%. Super fun.
This-
Super funny.
There you go.
It's also primetime
You
Polly.
hear that, Zach Ford? This movie is great.
Yeah, Zach. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pens down. We'll start with Nazario.
I might be remembering this wrong, but I think her plan was to kill him.
Incorrect. We're going to go to Nico.
That was one of her plans, but really the answer to the question is, I'll turn him into a flea, and then I'll put that flea in a box, and then I'll mail that box to myself, and then I'll smash it with a hammer.
That is correct for a point. Nico takes the lead.
Wow.
Good stuff.
That's not a phrase you hear too often in fandom. But here we go. Your second question. Sorry, I had to take the jab. It was there. Your second question in the category of Worlds of DC. Here we go. Who plays Calvin Swanwick in the Worlds of DC?
I got cut off.
Sure, I'll repeat technically. Who plays Calvin Swanwick in the Worlds of DC?
Worlds of DC, an up and down sort of franchise.
That is something that you could say about this franchise.
Who do you
would be
think?
correct.
Who do you think would play you in a Worlds of DC film?
Who would play me, Robert Parker, or who
Yeah.
would I play?
No, you, Robert Parker. Who would play you?
Oof. Finn Wolfhard? I don't
Fair
know.
enough. That's actually a good pick. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pens down. We will go to Nazario.
I have no idea who that is. I say Jai Courtney.
That's incorrect. And Nico.
I also had no idea who you were referring to, so I thought it was the guard that David Arbor played.
Also incorrect. Looking for Harry Lennox.
Harry Lennox. He was general in Man of Steel and then Secretary of State in BVS.
Yep. All right. Your third question comes in the category of Fandom Oscars. What was the last Pixar film to win Best Animated Feature? It's a good question.
A lot of good stuff in there for you. A lot of Caleb Coho buzzwords. Pixar, animated, Oscar. Those are I think those are the 3 words. Like in Civil War, when you have to say words to turn the person into a monster. I think those are 3 of the Caleb Coho's words. Those are his trigger
100%.
words.
You're 100%. Other ones would be Cars, La La Land, Spider-Verse, Tron Legacy. 5, 4, 3,
It's a meme
2,
at this point.
1. 47. Pens down. We will go to Nico.
Oscars, how I hate you. Coco?
That is correct for a point. And Nazario.
Coco.
That is correct. He's on the board.
Nice job, guys. Your next question is in the category of Star Trek. Star Trek is an infamous manager says this is the one with the laser swords. Here we go. What century does the Wrath of Khan take place in?
It's a really good question. Tough one.
Really tough question. Really good movie.
Really
you
good movie.
You gotta know the movie pretty well to know this question.
You gotta know these things if you want to be great at fandom, Robert. You gotta know these things.
Stop. You need to stop.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Heads down. We'll go to Nazario.
35th.
That's incorrect. And Nico.
23rd?
That is correct.
Wow.
Nico taking another point.
Nice job.
All right. Your 5th question of the round comes in the category of Fandom Quotes. Fandom Quotes. What MCU character says the line, "I wish I had a suit. I would even like a suit with minimal powers, you know? Or maybe even just a suit with no powers."
This is you collectively bargaining down as time goes on.
That's true. I had to just collectively bargain down from I want to run fandom to just I want to be on camera.
I want to sometimes write good questions for fandom.
Exactly. I want to sometimes write good questions and sometimes be on camera. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pens down. We'll go to Nico.
Is the character's name Luis from Ant-Man?
That is correct. And Nazario.
It was the character name. Fuck, I said Michael Pena.
Oh, it was the character, and that is the correct
That
answer.
strikes again. All
Oh,
right.
damn it. I need to listen to the fucking questions.
No worries, man. Your next question in the category of Fast and Furious. Who was the first person to have to say grace in the Fast and Furious series?
This
We're
sounds
looking by order of release, I believe.
Yep.
Order of release of the film, not chronologically as they occur.
This sounds like a Caleb Coho question, but I promise you it was not a Caleb Coho question.
You know why this doesn't sound like a Caleb Coho question? It involves the plot.
Heh.
Ouch. Ouch.
That was a little bit
Ouch.
savage.
Ooh.
Sorry, I take that one back a little bit.
Ow, that cut real deep. 5, 4,
But it was
3,
good though.
2, you're not wrong. 1. Hands down, we'll go to Nazario.
Brian?
That is incorrect, and Nico.
Was it Vince?
It's also incorrect.
The other one.
For Jesse. Jesse.
Oh. He didn't
All right.
last very long.
No, you didn't. Your next question is in scores and soundtracks. Scores and soundtracks. Who composed the score for The Lord of the Rings, The Return of the King?
Oh, shoot.
You like these movies a lot.
What gave it away?
I think it was the nickname.
You're wrong. Oh, just kidding.
You just preemptive. It's like whenever you text Caleb, the first like preemptive words that come up are "you're wrong," nothing else.
Yeah. No, you're right. It's autofill.
Autofill. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pens down. We'll start with Nico.
I had Alan Silvestri and then changed it to John Williams.
That is
Neither
incorrect.
correct.
We'll go to Nazario.
Howard Shore?
That is correct. Nazario gets another point, closing the gap a bit.
Cutting into that lead, it's very important. Your next question in the category of Wizarding World, or as Kane likes to spell it, Wizardring World. Here we go, your question. When Harry and friends were eating the candy that made them sound like animals in Prisoner of Azkaban, what animal did Neville get?
It's a very good question.
I love these round one questions.
Retweet.
Doesn't Cody hate that? I thought Cody hated retweet.
I don't know. Jim has taken on to it.
He has too. That's funny.
It's
I think
like
most of the group says retweet except for like Cody who refuses.
That's because it's funny.
It is. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pens down. We'll go to Nazario.
Is that a donkey?
It's incorrect. And Nico.
Was it an elephant?
That is correct. Nico continuing to get that lead. Your final question comes in the category of Middle Earth. Middle Earth. Who plays Arwen in the Lord of the Rings trilogy?
This is a question that you got wrong when asked it in Full Metal Geek.
That's true. I think. Did I? Maybe.
For real?
Maybe.
Yeah. He went to multiple choice and then got it wrong.
I think it's because I overthought it.
Sure. We'll go with that.
Or I just suck. That's more likely. 5.
I think you won that match. Oh, no.
I think I did too. 3, 2, 1. Pens down. We will go to Nico first.
I swear I'm working on my Middle Earth as best I can. This is wrong. Simon Pegg.
That is incorrect. And Nazario.
Besides,
That is correct. And Nazario closes that lead down even more.
Simon Pegg's very
I, for some reason,
guess.
thought that was a male name.
Well, Simon Pegg isn't in the Lord of the Rings movies. But we go to your next question. Excuse me, your ultimate question, as I have started saying. Your final question in the category of Pixar. In Toy Story 2, Buzz mistakenly calls s'mores what?
This is a great question.
This is a great question. Didn't you write this one, or did Kane?
No, Kane messaged me this question, and I got it right. And he was like, okay, then I'm putting this in round 1 for other matches. I'm like, okay.
God, my phone is all over the place tonight.
Fair enough. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Heads down. We'll go to Nico.
Burnt chocolate squares.
It's incorrect. And Nazario.
Seymour's?
Incorrect looking for schmoes. He calls them schmoes.
Hey, we're part of that community.
That's why it's funny.
All right, so at the end of round number 1, Nico holds the lead 5-3. But anything can happen as we get into round number 2, which is the wheel round, and it works like this. You're each going to get a chance to spin from the lovely wheel from wheeldecide.com. If you like the category you land on, you're going to get 5 questions worth 2 points apiece. If you don't like the category you land on, you can spin again, but you're stuck with whatever you land on the second time. You can go to multiple choice if devalues the point down to being only worth 1. You have all 3 of your repeats left. Nico, you are in the lead. Would you like to go first or second?
You primed this wheel, right?
Yep. See,
Okay, if it landed on Jurassic Park already, then
I don't get why that matters. It's a randomized effort.
I don't know. I'm trying to.
It's juju. That's what it
Wheel
is.
the side and I have a weird relationship. I'm gonna go first.
All right. Your spin is away, and it lands on Spinner's Choice. What would you like?
All right. Let's hope the Star Wars questions aren't insane.
All right, Star Wars. Robert, you want to give him his questions in the category of Star Wars?
Absolutely will do. Here we go. Your category is Star Wars. First question. Who plays Maz Kanata?
Lupita Nyong'o.
Correct for 2 points. Your next question. How much does the bounty hunter Bausch demand Jabba pays him for Chewbacca in Return of the Jedi?
Multiple choice, please.
All right, your options are A, 25,000, B, 35,000, C, 50,000, or D, 70,000.
50,000.
For 1 point, that is correct. Your third question. What color is the speeder that Anakin and Obi-Wan used to chase Zam through Coruscant in Attack of the Clones?
A nice little Ferrari yellow.
For 2 points, that is correct. Your penultimate question. Which film has the planetary settings Mimban, Vandor, and Savareen?
Solo, a Star Wars story.
Correct for 2 more points. And your final question. What Star Wars director has a cameo as a Resistance trench soldier in The Last Jedi?
Is it Gareth Edwards?
For 2 more points, that is correct.
Whew.
And with that, Nico's moved his score all the way up to a hefty 14. Nazario's going to have to make up some ground here, and he's going to get a chance to do that with this spin. And it lands on Star Wars. That's a free respin. All right, it lands on James Bond. Would you like to keep it or spin again? All right, and your final spin, it lands on Jurassic Park.
You gotta be kidding me.
Jurassic Park, that is big.
Mike is gonna kill me.
All right. Your round 2 questions in the category of Jurassic Park. Robert, you want to give him his questions in Jurassic Park?
Yes, I will. Here we go. Your questions, Park. How much did Dodgson give Dennis up front for capturing the embryos of the dinosaurs in Jurassic Park?
$750,000.
Correct for 2 points right off the bat.
Wow.
That's incredible. All right, your next question. Who plays Mr. Eversole, a black market dealer who tries to auction off dinosaurs in Jurassic World Fallen Kingdom?
I'm getting one name, not the other. Shit. Give me multiple choice.
All right, your options are A, Sam Rockwell, B, Toby Jones, C, James Cromwell, or D, Rafe
Toby
Spall.
Jones.
For 1 point, that is correct.
I was getting Toby.
Three more, man. Here we go. What U.S. city did InGen want to build the dinosaur zoo at in The Lost World Jurassic?
What city?
Yes, what U.S. city?
San Diego.
Correct for 2 points. 2 more questions here. Your penultimate question. When Zack and Gray are attacked by the Indominus Rex for the first time, they are on what kind of transportation in Jurassic World?
Gyrosphere.
For 2 more points, that is correct. And here we go, your final question. Who is the first person we see die on Isla Sorna in Jurassic Park 3?
You want the character name?
Yes, we're looking for the character name.
Multiple choice.
All right, your options are A, B, Billy, C. Cooper, or D. Udesky?
You broke up on A.
All right, I can give you options again. A. Nash, B. Billy, C. Cooper, or D. Udesky?
Give me a full repeat.
All right, full repeat. Your full question is: who is the first person we see die on Isla Sorna in Jurassic Park 3? Your options: A. Nash, B. Billy, C. Cooper, D. Udesky. Need an answer in 5,
Cooper.
4. For one more point, 5 for 5 in this round. That is correct.
All right, so at the end of round number 2, Nico still holds the lead 14-11, but I didn't think of that as getting round number 3, which is the betting round, and it works like this. We're going to give you the category. You are going to tell us how many points you'd like to bet between 0 and 2 points. If you get the question right, you will gain those points. You get the question wrong, you will lose those points. We have 5 questions in this round. Let's see how it goes. Any questions? All right, then your first category you can bet points on is DreamWorks Animation. How many points would you like to bet on DreamWorks Animation?
If this is is it or is it not a Dragons question? Damn it.
All right, we're going to need your bets, starting with Nico.
I'm going to be conservative and bet nothing.
Okay, and Nazario.
1.
All right, Nazario looking to make up ground. Your question in the category of DreamWorks. Outside of Fiona, what are the 2 other princesses that the magic mirror shows Lord Farquaad in Shrek? I'm going to ask you the question that I ask everyone whenever a Shrek question comes up, Robert. Better movie, Shrek on VHS or Shrek 2?
We've talked about this many times in the old Alpha Alliance chat. It's Shrek 2.
See, I disagree. I think it's Shrek on VHS.
Well, you're wrong.
We got 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pens down. Nico, did you have anything?
Was it Rapunzel and Snow White?
That is incorrect. And Nazario?
Was it Aurora, the Sleeping Beauty, and Cinderella?
That is also correct. Looking for Snow White and Cinderella. Snow White and Cinderella. You each had half of it. That's the loss of 2 for Nazario, making the score 14-9 as we get to your next category.
He bet 1. He bet 1.
Oh, he bet 1. Sorry, 14-10.
14-10 as we go into your next question in the category of Jurassic Park. Please write down how many points you would like to bet in Jurassic Park.
God damn it.
All right, Nazario, how many points are you betting?
Just 1.
And Nico?
0 again.
All right.
Question. What Supergirl TV show actress plays Zara, the babysitter to Zack and Gray in Jurassic World?
I'm upset now I
Nazario-
didn't bet.
Nazario furiously writing at his board. Perhaps he knows it to gain a point back.
We'll go 5, 4.
Give me another repeat.
All right, that is Nazario's second repeat of the match.
All right, Nazario, here we go. Category is Jurassic Park. What Supergirl TV show actress plays Zara, the babysitter to Zack and Gray in Jurassic World?
All right, and we'll go 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. All right, we'll go to Nazario.
I don't have it.
And Nico.
Lena Luthor, Katie McGrath.
Katie McGrath is correct. But unfortunately, you bet nothing. Nazario, you bet 2, right?
You bet
No.
1.
1. Okay, so make sure. All right, 14-9 as we get into the third question, which is in the category of scores and soundtracks. How many points would you like to bet on scores and soundtracks?
Scores and soundtracks.
Yeah.
A category that people are starting to use more in fandom.
That's true.
And by people, I mean the question writers.
Nazario, how many points are you betting?
I'm not gonna know this or nothing.
And Nico.
It's a wash.
All right. Well, this is a freebie question. In Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2, what song plays as Rocket fights the Ravagers in the woods?
Yeah, I made a
Just
smart bet.
Gonna straighten my tie here. I wrote this question.
I think we can actually move on. I don't think nobody's getting anything here.
3, 2, 1. Nazario? No.
No.
Nico?
Nope.
Looking for Southern Nights. Southern Nights, which is a great song. All right, 14-9, still the score.
8-point swing in the next two questions.
All right.
Your next question is in the category of Wizarding World. Please write down how many points you would like to bet in the category of Wizarding World. Score is currently 14-9.
What else? 2.
And I'm going 0.
All right, Nazar's got to make up. What does we see in the Mirror of Erised?
You got cut off, man. You
Okay,
got like
no.
half a question cut off.
Sure, no worries. Your category is Wizarding World. Your question. What does Harry see in the Mirror of Erised when he first finds it in the Sorcerer's Stone?
Well, I may not be making points, but I think my accuracy is really going to be much better after this match.
We will see.
All right, we'll go 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Nazario.
His parents.
That is correct for 2 points. And Nico.
His parents.
All right, with that, Nazario gets himself back up there 14-11 as we get to the final question, which is in the category of Pixar. How many points would you like to bet on Pixar?
13-11, you said?
14-11.
14-11.
14-11.
All right, Nazario's betting 2. Nico, how many points are you betting?
I'm mathematically knocking him out here.
All right, your question in the category of Pixar. Where is Dante when we are first introduced to him in Coco?
Are you looking for a specific building or?
We're looking for a general location.
General location, I'm up to.
We can't say more than that.
All right, here we go. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Nico.
The village that Miguel lives in?
Too broad. Nazario.
Yeah, a little bit too broad.
In the trash.
And your winner, advancing to the Sweet 16, the Cosmic Night Fury,
Oh
Nico
my God.
Suave Regoli. It was actually in the trash can. Nazario was right.
Nazario
Final
was correct.
score,
It was a 1-point game.
14-13, the final score here. Nazario putting up one hell of a game. Nico playing the game of his life. What a game for Nico. Wow. That was quite a match, Robert.
Yeah, Nico had a really good round 1, a good lead going into round 2, and then got one of probably his biggest strength in round 2. Not trying to take anything away from it at all. Nico, the luck was on his side this match. It has been against him many times, so it is good to see it kind of come back for him. Nazar, I think, got a little bit unlucky in that round 1. The questions didn't quite go his way in round 1, but I'm looking forward to seeing him back in the ring soon.
Absolutely. We'll go ahead. We'll get some post-match interviews, starting with our winner, Nico Suave Regoli. You have won the match, sir. You have hashtag done it. How do you feel about your performance here today?
Positive reinforcement works. I know I know for the longest time, Cody liked to, and Brooklyn too, they like to dismiss that when I was managing, still managing, but when guys like Eli were in my faction, he needed that positive reinforcement at times to help him get over certain mental hurdles that he was dealing with. And today I used that positive reinforcement on myself, and it worked out perfectly. I played the game of my life, and I don't think there was a single moment in this game where I wasn't in the lead, and that rarely happens outside of wrestling. So for me, I am so proud of this performance. My hat is off to my opponent. There was no beef between me and him, but there was beef between myself and a person he associates with, Confidential Cinema.
I thought you were Mike.
No, Henry. I got beef with Henry. Because he was one of those guys who just likes to dismiss me as a nothing in this community. And so, like this, you're one of his highest regarded guys. So I was kind of like building the story up in my head of, if I can beat one of his best guys, then hopefully that'll get some respect. And, I know I already had yours. I'm hoping that this performance, though, it silenced the doubters. And now I know what your next question is. I'm now moving on to face Sandy, my guy. And I can tell you for certain, I will be helping out with the promos for both of us in that match because he is still my client. And the last time Sandy and I were in a match together, in the ring together, it was probably one of my other better performances in Fandom Fight. 20-15 was the final score, and that was during a time when I really didn't know a lot about certain categories, where I wasn't good in things like Fast and the Furious. Had I known then what I know now, there's a possibility I would have won that match because I didn't bet zero on the Fast and Furious question. So I am looking forward to that rematch. Only one House Night Fury member can advance to round 3 now, but we are guaranteed a spot in round 3, and I'm excited for our future. And also, myself and Doman, mischief managed, we will manage your mischief.
Yeah, that's happening in round 1 as well. You and Doman teaming up for that match. You covered a lot of my bases here, but hey, you did it. I'm proud of you. I'm excited for you. You are now back to 500 with a 3-3. And how do you feel about your chances when playing Sandy?
I think I just laid out my chances. Like, had I known then what I know now, I likely would have won that match, and history would have been a lot different back then. But, that's hindsight. I now know a lot more than what I did before. And going into, and granted, Sandy is focused as hell these days. Like, he just finally got his first title. He got the movie Warzone tag team title with Jeremy Adams claiming the other one. And I know he's in contention for the Sports Battlefield title once we finally get that relaunched. So he's hungry for gold, but I'm hungry to prove myself. And this was the first step, and I'm ready to continue climbing up that ladder.
I think you definitely did here today. You proved yourself. You beat a tough competitor in Nazario. You won a tough game. You held the lead for all 3 rounds, which is extremely impressive. So yeah, with this win, does this mean you might stick around post tournament, or is this next one like win or lose? Or if you lose the next one, are you planning on going back to retirement? What are your thoughts?
Listen, the retirement from January, I was worn out. I was worn out. Doing 14 matches in a single month will destroy you mentally, emotionally, physically, and what have you. And at that point in time, I was uncertain. I was thinking that I was on my way out and that I wasn't going to make the improvements that I have recently made. And that's why I kept saying I'm going to focus on wrestling and I'm going to focus on the TV stuff. I don't know what's going to happen with the TV divisions because, the writers are in need of help as of the time we're taping this. That could change by the time this episode gets posted. But as of the timing of this taping, TV is on a bit of a, I won't say hiatus, but standstill. So my focus has shifted back into movies a little bit, especially fandom and geek stuff. So I'm back. I'm back regardless of what happens in this tournament. And, I'm glad that I have this new fire under my ass, and I think it's going to take me pretty far.
Yeah, well, I'm glad to see you back. We are looking forward to seeing what you do in the next round of this tournament and then the first round of the team tournament. We'll go over to our unfortunate loser, Nazario Montenegro. Another loss in a row, man. That's got to hurt. How do you feel?
Well, he said he was going to beat me, and he beat me, so I guess it's fine. The first round was pretty fucking rough, especially since I haven't been doing that bad lately, actually, in geek stuff and in other leagues, so it kind of took me by surprise. I think I did fine with Jurassic Park. I should have gotten Toby Jones straight up, but I couldn't get past Toby in my mind. I should have gotten the Michael Peña Luis question, but if I paid attention to the questions instead of just writing the actor when you ask the character name. Yeah, playing catch up in round 3 is always going to kill you, because if the person that you're playing has enough of a lead and just keeps betting 0, you're going to have to like swim or sink or swim on your own knowledge. So, of course, it's not what I wanted. I'm glad for Nico because he's getting his group back. And I don't know what's going to happen. I guess I will have to sit out for a while and see what happens with the tournament, and then get some leftovers and get back in the game after it.
Fair enough. Is there anyone that you have your eyes set on maybe playing after the tournament? Anyone that you think you would like to play next?
Not really. I have no idea actually how it's shaping up. I'm a little surprised from the intro that Nico said some of the people that got knocked out in the first round. So maybe I can pick one of those. Something else actually that was weird was the confidential cinema thing, because I mean, Henry's faction is School of Tuna. I'm not in the School of Tuna. I haven't been an admin in confidential cinema in months. My only current association is with Mike and Asher in Full Metal. So
I think that goes to show you how much I've been paying attention to what's been going on in Henry's league.
Nice, I guess.
All right. Well, thank you for playing. Unfortunately, it just didn't go your way. Hopefully, we'll see you post-tournament. I think that's going to do it for us. This was a great match all the way around. Nico pulling one of the bigger upsets of the first round of the tournament and getting his group back. He said he'd do it. He did it. We're going to see him taking on Sandy in the rematch in the next round, and you're not going to want to miss that. But for everyone here, that's going to do it for us today. Tomorrow, I am taking on Cody Newberry, and you don't want to miss the bloodbath that will ensue. But for everyone here, that has been Nico. That's been Nazario. I have been Caleb. That was Robert. And this has been Fandom Fight. And we will see you guys tomorrow.